And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, I hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we returned here with our best of 5 grand finals here of the Kung Fu Cup, week number 7. Again, a big shout out to SE Boy. Big shout out to SE Boy for hosting and running the event on a regular basis. Kung Fu Cup was gone for quite some time. There was a massive hiatus without Kung Fu Cup, but with the recent, of course, the recent, I should say, collaboration. There we go, collaboration and partnership with NetEase from Blizzard and with Thunderfire coming in as a major sponsor. We have had many more tournaments from the Chinese scene and from the Chinese circuit taking place, like their regular weeklies, like their table or their regular team league matches, and also with their fun kind of like show matches with the other streamers and VTubers over in China. And Kung Fu Cup happens to be a part of that kind of collaboration as well. So big shout out to SE Boy and the amount of tournaments that they've been hosting and funding and running over in the Chinese and international scene. And we'll see who's going to be this week's champion. Let's go. It is going to be our initial best of 5. Game 1 is going to be on Old Republic. Let's go. Let us go as we are jumping into our fresh best of 5. We're jumping into game 1. Oh, gracias, Odstar, gracias. Do appreciate it. Yeah. You work so hard. Thanks for your contribution to the scene. I really appreciate you casting for us every day like this. We do our best, Pap. We do our best. This week especially is very intense. We have 2 casts a day every single day. Of course, we have later on this evening is the Pondcast, and you know what else starts this week? GSL. GSL is this week, Pap. Yeah. So we're going to be all over GSL Season 2, as the Season 1 finals was over the weekend, and Season 2 begins this week, which is kind of crazy. I personally, you know, not just because I would love to have some rest, but I wish that there was a bit of a longer break in between seasons. You know, it would be nice if we spread it out a little bit. Soup, GSL, it would be nice. But regardless, Season 2 begins this week as well, so do stay tuned for more GSL action. Otherwise, we're going to be jumping into our fresh series and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Old Republic. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Let's go. Let us go as we are jumping directly here into our best of 5 grand finals, and already double gas opener. Interesting. Double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a faster factory, going for a delayed CC. If you recall, against Clem, every game ByuN went for more economic builds, but here against herO, ByuN is going for a safer, more tech heavy start instead. Let's go. Let us go. As, oh my god, he wants the SCV. As here he does want the SCV, he does pull away though. Again, herO behind this, getting into his own standard setup. And welcome to the Old Republic. Now, this map does favor, I would say, Protoss when it comes to mid to late game play. The 3rd and 4th base on this map is very difficult to maintain, and if the Protoss player gains map control, they can dominate on the Old Republic. So we should be seeing something more aggressive out of ByuN. Like, we should be seeing something more aggressive, something more committed. We should be seeing something to try to end things a little bit earlier here in favor of the Terran player. If ByuN isn't able to, then it's going to be a rough mid to late game. Oh, it will be rough. For now, we are going to be opening up. Dear GSL, start a month later so I can sleep. Unironically, that would be amazing. Por favor, Patty, por favor. I mean, I understand that like the schedules are really tight at the moment in terms of like milestones of the game, right? The French event, the big French offline tournament is around the corner. We have like Home Story Cup around the corner. We have RSL that's currently ongoing as well. Like this, I understand there's a lot going on. At the same time, you know, there's a lot of months in the year. we could just spread things out a little bit, just a little bit. It'd be nice. Por favor. As behind this, we have Reactor Reaper Hellion. Oh, okay, so much more committed here. So Reactor Reaper Hellion, again, this is off of the double gas opener. The goal here is economic damage. Reaper Hellion doesn't scale well. It does not scale well into a longer game when it comes to main army compositions. So the purpose here is to bust into a mineral line and to kill probes. If we don't kill probes, then we fall behind. So again, this is a big investment. So far, we do have the battery on the low ground, a sentry for force shields as well. Oh my god, wait, calm down. As hero's on patrol, and he does wall. Yeah, he does wall off. Ooh, KDA charge does knock the units out of place here, but here's in position. Here he's in position, here he does defend, he does deflect, and so far so good. Now at least ByuN does preserve these units. He does keep the Reapers and Hellions alive, so he can always go back in, but for the most part herO has held and he moves out for some scouting information. Behind this, herO needs to know where to mine drop, cloak Banshee for example, what is the follow-up, does confirm the tech lab on the starport. So big scout here for herO. Oh, going for fake cloak. Okay. ByuN faking cloak. Researching interference matrix, bearing in mind that there is no intention of letting this finish, of course, and making a medevac. So ByuN is trying to force some inefficiencies out of herO. herO back at home does go for the robo and 3 gates on 2 bases, so very safe play out of herO, whereas arguably didn't need to. Didn't need to be this safe. Observers being prioritized. 3rd base now being taken. And we're getting into our early game. We're getting in. So yeah, I got here just in time for ByuN versus herO. True. Just in time. Start of best of 7. Oh, I should emphasize as well that this is the grand finals, but the finals of open cups and weekly tournaments are best of 5s. It's quite rare to have a best of 7. Not impossible. I think there have been a couple of moments where we have seen best of 7s for grand finals, depending on the event. But we do get into the mineral line. Yeah, batteries in position, 2 probe kills. Not bad. Not bad damage, considering how little the Reaper Hellion initially dealt, going for the follow-up drop and catching out 2 probes and preserving the army. Not bad. So ByuN does pull away. Behind this, working towards stim, +1. Working on that follow-up. Likewise, herO gets into blink, into charge, into eventually his splash damage. For now, just fixating on a very heavy gateway composition and looking to secure his 3rd. So just calming things down. herO's being somewhat active here to apply some pressure. Observers outside of the bases. There is only 1 tank. Wait, what? Only 1 tank here, so there's a way into the main. Marauders in position. Yeah, ByuN, he responds. ByuN's defensive line is a little bit weaker here as he's very biocentric, but ByuN should have enough. You can see ByuN back off. Oh, decent big goes here by herO, catching out a couple of Reapers. Pulling away. Behind this, ByuN does expand. His 3rd CC is now in production. So ByuN is not all in. As he attempts to break out. So far, stimming forward, catching out the Stalker. Nice little pickoffs. herO just trying to buy time, and herO, can he hold on to that 4th base? Oh my god. Yeah, herO being greedy here. The low ground expansion is exposed. ByuN pushing forward. There's only 1 tank. True. Just the 1. Charge is finishing. Oh, with charge finishing, here he can dive in. Here he can dive. Yeah, ByuN trying to bait the arm within tank range. 1 tank shot goes off, and ByuN pulls away. Good call. Good call here because we had Zealot reinforcements, and herO would have completely cleaned this up. Because ByuN has to get the hell out of here. Failed to apply pressure at the 4th base. Didn't quite break through. ByuN, he needs to retreat. Sets up his Buddha mines. And so far does hold. Okay, so we have our back and forth here. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about the 3rd base timing for ByuN. herO is gaining map control. He's building up his Colossus, and we'll see if ByuN can expand. So here he doesn't quite commit. Bleeds out a couple of Zealots. Once again, Zealots going down. herO claiming his 4th base. Massing up additional Colossi as well. It's building up. Again, herO playing with fires. This is a very Marauder heavy composition as he distracts Zealots. They do slip into the mineral line. Exhibit of the natural. Cashing out a couple of SCVs, certainly a couple. There's a recall back home. Hero pokes in, and ByuN, he defends well. He defends well. He bleeds out 2 SCVs, so minimal losses for ByuN. Claims a 3rd. Hero double expanding. He's getting his 4th up and running, now getting a 5th. 5th base on the way. If you recall, we spoke about this actually during the weekend, during the GSL broadcast, but someone like Classic is very, very strong at going for something like this, at just mass expanding, claiming his 4th, his 5th, and his 6th base as quickly as possible, especially on a map like the Old Republic. Hero following suit, takes out the tank. The tank goes down. Free swipes from the Colossus. And ByuN at this point is in trouble. ByuN is holding on, that is true, but he's slowly bleeding out window mines, bleeding out tanks, and more importantly, Hero is really expanding, and ByuN so far has yet to break out. He can't do much about it. And if you remember at the very beginning of the series, we spoke about this kind of scenario. I spoke about how it is very, very difficult for Terran players to maintain a 3 and 4 base setup on this map. So we expected an all-in, but ByuN didn't all-in. Playing out the mid to late game is difficult here, as Hero he double expands, claiming his 6th base. Very fast expansions here, because he can. Because ByuN is pinned down. He's pinned down back at home. More bases on the way. Greater map control. And in a couple of moments here, we're going to be able to reach a point where Hero has a brutal economy, and then he can just keep remaxing, rebuilding, remaxing, and just hammering away at the 3rd location. There are opportunities here for ByuN to maybe go for drop play. It's risky, but you have to take a risk at a certain point. I mean, that's why Hero, he throws down all these spotter pylons. To make sure there is no drop. And this is the dynamic of the Old Republic. I will say that on other maps it is easier for the Terran to expand and get a 4th base, but specifically on the Old Republic it is insanely difficult to get a 4th. It is difficult. And the rationale for that is that we have the low ground 4th base, which is very open and accessible from multiple angles, and on the low ground you have the base here on the right hand side, which is further spread out. You can see the distance in between 3rd and 4th base is quite long. And also, it's very accessible, wider entrances here at the 4th base. Even here at the 3rd base, wider entrance. And all of that together makes it difficult for the Terran player to defend and to turtle. To be fair, it makes it difficult for anyone to defend in turtle, but again, Hero, he gets away with it because he has map control. He has map control, likewise diving in, trading out zealots. Take a mind shot to the face. We have +3 on the way. Getting into 3/3 upgrades, warping in more zealots. Again, trading zealots is worth it, and technically Hero never has to push up this ramp. Technically, he just has to wait for ByuN to expand. And then punish whichever 4th is attempted to be taken. Oh, speaking of ByuN, he's going for the low ground. Going for the low ground 4th base, and this is where ByuN needs to make a stand. He needs to expand. Meanwhile, Hero has every other base on the map. Now, having bases is nice. Hero, he doesn't have saturation. Bear that in mind. Oh. That Zero does blink in. Yeah, it blinks in. Catching up more ByuN units. Delaying set expansion. Oh, goes to lead the charge. Looking for EMPs. Does EMP the main army. Vikings, they hold their own. We have 9 Vikings so far. That should be enough. I mean, it's okay, considering how low the Colossus are. But personally, I would like to see Hero just main out from here. Like, main out all these probes, for example, to this expansion. This base is a little bit more on ByuN's side, and there's a world where ByuN survives, takes his 4th base, then claims a 5th, and eventually takes these bases for himself. So here in the late game, whoever has map control, in whichever matchup, you do want to take these bases as quickly as possible to essentially take resources away from your opponent. Take it away, papi. Nice snipe. Gets one Colossus. Gets one. Gets two. Just the one. Takes down a Colossus. Pulls away. Second Colossus. Wait, was that friendly fire? Was that? Wait for there. Yeah, he did. I was literally confused here. I was like, wait, what? What killed the Colossus? herO killed his own Colossus. Ay, ay, ay. herO, calm down. Zero's now switching things up. Stargate is on the way for Sky Toss. They'll take laps in, and nice juggling with it with the Colossus. Oh, spoke too soon. One Colossus left. A crazy blink. It blinks in, but there are enough zealots, so he gets away with it. herO, he's overwhelming. Does overwhelm, sniping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Vikings. Almost every Viking goes down. Did lose a Colossus in the end, but still a better fight for herO. As also are allowed in. And they're allowed in. CC goes down, and ByuN has just been torn apart here. Even if he survives, remember, herO has a massive economy. That's the bases. So again, you can argue it doesn't have the mines, right? It doesn't have the saturation here on these fringe bases, which is a concern. But it's fine. Like here, he still has a large enough army. Gives chase behind this. He's got 4 rover. Oh my god, that's crazy. He's making 4 colossi at a time, papi. Ay, ay, ay. Este herO. And you can get away with it because now there are no Vikings, right? The Viking house resets. ByuN attempts to expand the low ground. I believe that is the main base floating over. As also gets to the middle line, as if he's going to be going down. Massive damage. And ByuN, he does barely hold here, but as I mentioned before, herO can afford this. Guys, here come the Colossi. GG, GG gets cool. That's an only coffin here, and herO, he will claim game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO does take lead in the series. Once again, to reiterate, I'm a little bit surprised that ByuN didn't go for an all-in on this map. The Old Republic is notorious for being heavily Protoss favored in the mid to late game. Like, trying to play mid to late game here on this map is insanely difficult. As you saw, it is easier for the Protoss to mass expand. It is more difficult for the Terran to take their 4th base. Very, very difficult. So a little bit surprised here that ByuN did play out more mid-game oriented, and as a result of that, it did try to go toe-to-toe with herO. He was overwhelmed. herO gaining map control early on, mass expanding, snowballing out of control. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be loading game 2. Going to be loading to 10,000 feet. Let's go. Este tortuga. Este tortuga. Bastante la come, papi. Sí, sí. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Here we go. We're going to be loading into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself. Representing T1, it is herO. Here we go. As we are going to be opening up, and welcome one all to 10,000 feet. Now, I should also emphasize this. What you saw on the Old Republic is very unique to the Old Republic in the sense that, again, that is the easiest map as the Protoss player to gain map control and to mass expand on. It is the hardest map as a Terran player to actually get your 4th base up and running. But when it comes to that dynamic here on other maps, it is very different. Welcome to 10,000 feet. Now, your initial 4-base setup here is easier to secure as your 4 bases are very close together here. Your natural is behind the 3rd, so if you take your 3rd base, the forward 3rd base, you can protect your natural, and likewise you have your 4th base here as well, all within the same screen, right? Natural, fourth, third. It's all here together, very close, very short rush distance between them. So as the defending player rotating to deflect and to defend against an attack coming from here or attack coming from here is very quick. It's very quick and easy here for the defending player. So your 4 bases are a lot easier to maintain. The 5th base, that's when things get maybe a little bit more difficult here. Likewise, 10,000 feet, smaller map, less bases period on the map, in the map itself. So we do often see a lot more mid-game play as a result, like early to mid-game. For herO to end up in a similar situation as last game is going to be very difficult to achieve. Meanwhile, oh, Tech Lab opener here by ByuN, opening up Marauder. Okay, interesting. herO pokes in, herO does scout the initial build, herO does see only 1 gas, so herO is aware of the racks expand. We of course know that the CC is on the high ground, so safe variation by ByuN into Marauder to be even safer. Marauders, they typically punish the first gateway unit. Typically. Now from here, ByuN can do one of 2 things. He can either turn this into a 3 CC 3 racks or 3 racks, and we have the answer: 2nd and 3rd racks. We're going for a very committed stim timing, so hyper aggression here by ByuN. Should be seeing a 3rd racks. Yep, there we go. 3rd racks into stim, combat shields, into mass marine. Oh boy, into mass bio. That way of putting it. As we are going to be opening up. Twilight Council opener here at a herO. 1 gateway with the main base, 1 gateway with the natural, so 2 gate blinks so far out of our Protoss player. We'll see if he claims a 3rd. See if he does claim. Meanwhile, ByuN, it looks like herO didn't move out across the map to try to punish the CC. ByuN instead pushing with his first 2 Marauders, but there's a battery. There's a safety battery back at home, so herO should be fine. ByuN even backs off. He was hoping to catch a stray unit in the center of the map. ByuN doesn't feel confident, too confident pushing into the natural. Pulls away, and herO does confirm. Here he scouts some Marauders, dives into the main, scouts the timing of the CC, and he confirms the 3 racks. He sees everything here. He confirms the 3 rack stim timing. Again, very committed here by ByuN. And herO should be ready in time. herO's still playing it safe. Yep, Robo on 2 bases. 3rd gateway as well, so 3 gate blink into the Robo. Very safe play out of herO. So playing it. Oh wait, whoa, what's going on? Initially this was a safe build, but suddenly double forge on 2 bases. Wait, what? Due to the double forge, hero's going to have a delayed 3rd expansion. Likewise, later splash damage as well. This is a unique response here to a 3 racks. I'm not gonna lie. This does mean that there's going to be a 1-1 and 2-2 timing very quickly for herO. Very, very quickly. Obviously, the stim timing will hit first, but I'm not used to seeing this as a reaction. herO doesn't even have the gas to use this. Not yet. Interesting. Bay's on the way for Colossus. Because here he saw, right? He saw everything. He saw the Raxes. Alrighty, calm down. As we have our 1-1 upgrades on the way. Into Bay. All on 2 bases, by the way. Like, the herO, he has not expanded. Very late 3rd. Oh, my Roddy's aghast. Like, he's... he doesn't know what to say. Ay, ay, ay. But again, as we mentioned before, this does mean we have really strong upgrade timings for herO. 0 perks in. herO finally does claim his 3rd, but again, a very late expansion for herO. And ByuN going for a double drop. Ooh, okay. Bold move. He's going for his double drop. Getting to the main. Hero's out of position. There's a recall back home. It does recall. The soldiers get focused down. He gets one. Yeah, he gets one. He gets the soakers as well. Difficult defense here for herO. ByuN's pushing. Does hit the third base. And hero's trying to keep up. Cannon goes down. ByuN doesn't find critical damage yet, but so far has been able to break out. He breaks out. He contains herO. ByuN behind this going for his own third CC. Going for his expands. Dropping back in. Colossus is in position though. Nice wipes. Yeah, ByuN's trying to pull herO apart. herO, he does have the Colossus in the main base, which is concerning. There's no Colossus here on the front lines. Tank gets spotted. Okay, second Colossus does arrive. Charge is not yet done. Does not get on top of the tank. Oof. It doesn't break through. The tank is in position. Marines, they still on forward. He's going for the Colossus. Goes to the dive, and he does not get it. Oh my god. ByuN overextending. Yeah, ByuN overcommits. He bleeds out a lot of Marines in the process. His tank is too far back, and herO holds. Whew. Here he does hold on. At the same time, here he will lose his Cyber Core. So at least ByuN gets some damage. Only some. From here just getting map control, now claiming his fourth base. This is where now I'm a little bit concerned. If you recall, I was shocked. I was surprised that herO was going for double forge and double upgrades as quickly as he was on two bases. But now that he survived the early game aggression from ByuN, he survived the 3x sim timing. herO's getting out of hand. He maintained and he preserved his third base, now getting a fourth, and now he can take advantage and make use of these insanely fast upgrades. 2-2 is almost done, then he can rush into 3-3. So herO's going to have a very big power spike in the mid game if he can get there. Bearing in mind that he's not there yet, but I mean, it's almost. The pressure is very much so on ByuN. Now, ByuN does have the greater army, of course. You can see in the supply disparity. ByuN, he has a greater bio army, Marines, Marauders, tanks. The reasoning for this is the worse economy. Like, that's why this was still like a very shaky build from herO. He has a late third, he has late fourth base, so he had late production, and he has a smaller army as a result of that. But the upgrades are kicking in. 2-2 is almost done. 2-2 is almost complete. herO does warp in. And it'll soon be go time. So here it does want to hit with that timing with those upgrades. 2-2 finishing up in 10 seconds. Here he comes. What do we have? 4 tanks. Okay, we have 4 pre-siege tanks. Nice concave here by ByuN. Storm's in blink in. Oh god, he blinks in. He gets one. He gets one. He gets two. 2 tanks go down. Can he get 3? None of Zealots. None of Zealots. Not yet. Yeah, some shaky trades here by herO. He bled out a lot of Stalkers. Vikings, they move in, they catch 1 Colossus. Yeah, 1 Colossus goes down, and now going for the other as well. Where are the Zealots? We need more. It's close. Yeah, he needs more charge lots in the end. ByuN, he breaks the main army, sims on forward, gets on top of the Colossus, and herO, the juggling there. Oh my god. He saves the Colossi. Just barely. But herO doesn't have enough. He does not have enough. He cannot get on top of those tanks. He was lacking Zealots. And herO pulls away. He does pull away here, and again, he was so committed to that assault. Looking at the trades here, he bled out 9 Stalkers. 9 Stalkers, the Immortals, the Archon. That was a rough trade there for herO. And ByuN claims his 4th. 4th base is on the way. herO claiming his 5th. The game is slowing down. We're calming down, baby. We're expanding. As our players are slowing down, we're calming things down. We're licking our wounds. We mentioned at the start of this game that on 10,000 feet, it is easier for the Terran to maintain a fourth base. And if you remember, in game one, ByuN never achieved this. ByuN, he never got his fourth base fully saturated. You can see here very quickly, the fourth base is fully operational. This means that ByuN can max. ByuN, he can max out. It's going to be on herO to mass expand. Yes, hero's getting a fifth base. Ideally, herO, he needs to claim these center expansions. As we're throwing down center towers, and we're building up into the mid to late game. Working towards the late game. And again, ByuN is a much stronger position this time. Thanks to the builds, thanks to the map. It's making 3 Vikings at a time. And on the one hand, yes, hero's going to have early 3-3, but I mean, was that really worth it? What did he achieve with his upgrade timings? Nothing so far. Just trades. Just some trading. Speaking of, hero's moving in. 3-3 is almost done. Oof. Losing a Colossus already. Losing one. Soon to be losing another. Where is that prism? Oh, it's in the main. I was like, where's the war prism? It's not here with the main army. Ah, I see. Okay, prism into the main, going for the warpin. Prism goes down. Only a handful of zealots, and ByuN holds. ByuN, he does hold on. Does cost him 10 SCVs though. Ooh, this is not insignificant. 12 SCVs going down. Very nice zealot rumble, zealot drop. At the same time, zealot rumble on the right hand side, but there is a planetary. Disruptor rallies in. Oh my god. Does find SCVs, 17 in total. Okay, the damage in the main base, plus the disruptor, purification over. Oh, the disruptor is going to go down. So an expensive trade here for herO. As he's switching into 2 more robos into mass disruptor. We're soon to be done with Colossus. There's going up. Ooh, does connect. There are brutal connections. Grazing the army. There's still one more Nova left, and it will not connect. Yeah, Nova is focused down. ByuN is holding his own. Now he's with the disruptors. We have the fusion core on the way. That should be for liberator range. ByuN, he needs those liberators. At this point, with fast 3-3 being done, may as well work on shield upgrades. Like, I mean, may as well. Oh, you can hear us. It's +1 shields on the way. Este herO. As those are going up, and this time they do connect. Oh my god, massive connections. Ay, ay, ay. ByuN takes it over to the base. herO backs off. We're bringing more zealots. He does need those reinforcements. As I'll say, warp in. herO does give chase. Still making 3 disruptors at a time. And ByuN should not get the 5th. No shot. We mentioned earlier that the 4th base is very secure on this map. The 5th base is more out in the open. Oh, disruptor goes down, but hey, they'll snipe the expansion. Takes down the 5th. 5th base has fallen. Liberation has arrived. Still only 3 liberators. We dive in. We get 1. He gets 1 liberator. He gets 2, and he's going to get all 3. Nerves are connecting. A friendly fire. A bit of friendly fire towards the end. And herO has he ever extended here. Ooh, does break the main force. Has to back up. Now, as we go to the 5th base, ByuN does have center left getting up and running. True. He's sneaking it out. He's keeping ByuN in this. Oh. Maybe they pop up. Catching up on Marauders. Couple of Marauders do go down. Novas, they keep connecting. Oh my god. They just keep connecting. The Novas, pappy. We're making 3 prisms at a time. I think that's a misclick. We're making 3 war prisms. Here he will get into the main. He's getting in. We're still distracting. Very nice connections. Catching up 2 ghosts. 2 ghosts go down. 3 prisms they push forward, bearing in mind that here he has no free supply at the moment. Recalls to the left hand side. Oh no, the prisms! Oh my god, gets into the main, both of them go down. Yeah, some messy moves here from herO. There's one final war prism and it's mainly a distraction. Does go down, all 3 prisms fall. But here he has eyes on the 5th. He has eyes on the 5th base. He wants it. It's here on the low ground. ByuN, he attempts to flank in. Oof. Never connects. No, ByuN with the friendly fire. And here he can move in from the high ground. As here he rotates over. Holding onto those Novas. Blinks on 4, takes down the Liberator. Novas, they do connect with Marauders. And ByuN's just getting bullied back. Again, he has to protect the position. Has to maintain the space. herO taking top right. He has somewhat saturated the center expansions. Okay, somewhat. Oh my god. Those Novas, they just keep popping up. They keep going. Oof. Yeah, Novas, they just keep connecting one after the other. Catching out Marauders. CC goes down. Takes down the Planetary. And ByuN, he cannot punish. He cannot move in. ByuN does try to break through, but again, he's lacking an army, he's lacking the economy. What you see is what you get. He is incorporating a higher Liberator count. He's getting there. It's a decent chunk of Liberators. Oh god, I'm dying a little bit. Okay. We're okay. As Liberation has arrived at 10 Liberators, not bad. Getting up to 10 Liberators. Bullying back herO. ByuN can make a stand. Yeah, you can try to make a stand. Recalling top right, okay. herO's going for the northern expansion. ByuN out of position. He's out of position. Going for the CC. Oof, oh my god. As Novas, they catch up the middle line. Once again, Zeltave move in as well. Ooh, catching out 17 SCVs. We're getting messy. We're getting messy here as ByuN does push. He does push across the map. Another Liberators, no! He's gonna lose all 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 Liberators go down, losing up to 5. Massive pickups. Yeah, massive losses here for ByuN. As again, that was the backbone of his army. That was supposed to be the backbone of his army. Building up his Liberator count. At the same time, ByuN keeps on pushing, takes out another base. We're going for the base trade. He commits to the base trade. As ByuN gets 3 bases, oh my god. Takes down bottom left, central left as well. 3 next side go down. Here he races back home. And this is good damage, but I mean, ByuN does have a bank. Does have a decent bank to work with. Knocking down another expansion, not bad. Does EMP, no recall. Here losing bases. And here he's lacking a gas bank. Yeah, the gas bank is lacking. He has no gas here on the right hand side either. He needs those bases. As that is 21 probes going down. And here is missing warp ins. We need a warp in. There we go. Warping in whatever he can. As again, here's hurting. Massive connections. Nerves they keep popping up. Another base goes down. Here can't afford this. He just keeps losing bases. Recall is denied. And ByuN just outmaneuvering. Just outmaneuvering time and time again. Does outmaneuver. Oof, that's a kill, not a cancel. Another base goes down. Hero cannot keep up. Oh, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Gets 3 bases, gets 3 metavacs. Yeah, takes down 3 drops. Hero finally defends. And he has some catching up to do. He has some catching up to do as he has lost so many expansions. Has to rebuild his economy. What I will say though is that I still favor the main army. Like Hero still has 4 Colossus, still has 5 Disruptors. As the Prism gets denied into the main. Hero moving in. Catching on the Liberator. I will cut to a break after this game, just because my voice is dying. I mean, if you remember, this is why I didn't cast What Is You Monday last night. To try to preserve the voice. So we'll take a break. I'll make some tea. Make some tea. Hopefully we're good. Oh. As here's looking for a way in. Super rotating over, does find a tank, gets into a mineral line, does out position ByuN. Yeah, ByuN's out of position. Oh, losing 14 SCVs. Again, now it's ByuN's turn to lose his economy. That base is being knocked down. ByuN down to this. He's got, what, 10 workers mining here at the 3rd. That's his economy. And ByuN just cannot keep up. Once again, more Novas. Zoning him back. ByuN just can't chase. If he tries to, there's always a Nova waiting for him. So Nova waiting. And even though ByuN did a great job at knocking down bases, the reality is that Hero rebuilds, right? He's rebuilt his expansions, they're back up and running. Some of them are. It's ByuN, he takes on top right. Oof. Once again though, ByuN stuck on the high ground. Joe, we just keep knocking down bases. I can sense the frustrations where Hero knows he has the better main army and he's been trying to take the fights, but at the same time, ByuN's been just so annoying. Dropping across the map, knocking down bases. Ay. As here, Del Sniper CC. Del Sniper Command Center. Here getting cornered. And here he commits. Liberation zones are coming in. ByuN can force a fight with liberation zones. Oh, we're wasting our Novas. Yeah, Novas are being wasted. He gets cornered. Oh no! And here he gets caught out here. Massive EMPs. Yeah, better fight for ByuN. Collapsing on the main army. And here it gets completely cornered. He just went further in. Here he should lose everything. And with that, we have a series. We're going to have a series here. Hero does have a bank. He's got, what, 2,000 minerals. Trying to warp in Zealots. Hero still has no saturation. Still needs gas. Like, gas more importantly, more than anything. He has 0 gas income. He has 1 gas geyser here with not even full saturation. Hero needs to take his gases. Por favor. As Hero tries to engage. Takes down 1 Liberator, but he has no Stalkers. Again, he has no gas income. And ByuN has done it. ByuN has done it. And it's mainly on Hero here. Like, again, Hero, he chose not to take his gases. Chose not to have saturation. And GG gets called. We're tied up 1-1. We have it back and forth. GG. Now hold on, we're gonna be going on a short break. As you can hear, my voice is dying. It's dying. I mentioned earlier, but over the weekend we were the GSL broadcast was really intense, and because it was intense, that's why I didn't cast Water TV Monday last night. And I was hoping that would be okay, but BRB, going on a short break. Hopefully our voice is okay. BRB. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we returned. We returned here with something different, something special with the KungFu Cup. The KungFu Cup at 2026 week number 7. We're mid-series here in the grand finals. Once again, to reiterate for those who weren't here for it, last week on Tuesday, we were actually originally casting this event, and we did have to actually end the stream mid-finals. We were mid-series between herO and ByuN. We were tied up 1-1 in the best of 5. We had to end the stream in finals as I had started losing my voice quite heavily basically during game 2 of this series. I was like, I just couldn't keep going, so we took a break. I said took a break. We still casted like every day basically, but we did cut things down to just 1 cast a day, focusing purely or mainly on GSL, of course, just resting, recuperating, and we made it through the week, made it through. In the end, we recovered. And now we're here to catch up on the finals. We're here to catch up with the rest of the series. I believe the game that we had just covered was game 2 that was on 10,000 feet. And it was a very long game as well, which is partly why I probably lost my voice. It was like a half hour, if not like 35-40 minute game. Intense back and forth late game TVP on 10,000 feet. I believe they go the way of ByuN in the end, if I recall correctly. Regardless, we're tied up 1-1, and now we're going to be loading into Ruby Rock. Let's go. Now, after a very long and very intense game on 10,000 feet, I'm imagining that one of our 2 players here is going to be hyper aggressive to try to gain momentum and try to end things a little bit early after being fatigued after game 2, but we'll see. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is my keyboard being disconnected. Hold on. It is a ByuN. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the South Green Protoss representing T1. It is herO. So let us go as we do open up early on here. Welcome to Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock is a smaller map of the map pool. Aggression is favored on this map, and typically we look at Terran players to be more aggressive. But if you know anything about ByuN doesn't really often go for 2 base all-ins. ByuN does go for 3x stim timings or 3 CC 3x's, or does play for the mid game, but is less likely to go for these all-ins compared to players like Bunny or Cure or Maru, for example, or even Clem. Like, there are definitely more aggressive Terran players out there. So again, ByuN is just more prone to longer mid to late games. So we might be in for a longer series here. Yeah. For now, economic start. Single gas opener, racks expand out of ByuN, going for an economic opener. At the same time, we have a herO across the map getting to his own opener as well. So far, so good, so standard. Nothing crazy, nothing wild, not yet. This can still lead into an aggressive mid game for sure, so it can still lead there, but we'll see. Gracias, yo, gracias. I appreciate it. Thank you. Do appreciate it, happy. It's just been it's been a very intense month. It's been a very intense month of StarCraft, with GSL, with RSL, very intense. Bearing in mind that my source of the game is next week, I believe. Next week we have the RSL Season 5 finals this weekend, and the GSL finals is next weekend. And then my source of the game, we have the Thermal 2-2 circuits. We have Home Straight Cup on the horizon as well. Intense month. I still have to discuss with Kuro what the plan is, because I think we probably won't cast Maestros of the game. If you remember, last year we did live cast the entirety of Maestros of the game, like the qualifiers, the preliminary stage, the group stage, the offline event. We casted everything. It was a lot of fun. It was a really good event, and I can't wait to see it again for the second edition. But it is at a much more European friendly time. I think it starts at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. my time, so it ends like 6-7 a.m. in the morning. And last year I could go full degen and do that, but this year, for those that are unaware, I do have some pet bunnies, and I have other responsibilities, so going full degen and casting deep late into like 6-7 a.m. in the morning is a little bit less feasible for me nowadays. So we might not cast Maestros of the game live. If we cast it, it's going to be via replays, which is a shame. I know that we're doing a lot of replay casts as of late, but yeah, we can't be full degen like we used to. Smooch, man, smooch. Which is maybe a good thing, to be honest. Like, it's still. So now we're opening up. Oh, not Blink. A Twilight Council into charge instead. A much more aggressive start here from herO. Winding it back. So when it comes to our follow-up, typically charge-based openers are done when you believe your opponent's going to be aggressive. Charge is a very good way to punish a 2-base all-in, for example, in an early tank push. I did mention previously that last game number 2 of the series, was a very long late game. So herO might be reading ByuN as being hyper-aggressive and might just try to counter that with early charge. We'll see if ByuN does take the baits. For now, Marines are amassing. We have our 1-1-1 set up, early tank production as well, and we'll see if ByuN does go for an early move out. If this was a medevac, I would confirm that, but this is a Raven follow-up instead, so it looks like we should be defending back at home. We should be setting up defensively, and we'll see how our dynamic changes. I say that there is no bunker. We might still push with this. And that would benefit herO. Here we go. The first tank has arrived. ByuN setting up back at home for now. We'll see if ByuN pushes with the second tank or just sets up. herO claiming a third base. Charge is finishing. Building up. This typically leads in towards Templar Archives, into Archons, and the Storm. Oh no, we're going for the Bay into Colossus. Okay. Interesting. Setting up for the bait. This confirms as well that herO's not pushing. So in the end, his opener wasn't really worth it. He's warping in Zealots, but he can't really make use of this. Raven gets caught out. Nice catch. Oh, sorry, I mean, let's say Raven catches the Observer. Nice catch. The Observer gets caught. We have our standard follow-up here, and ByuN is just chilling back at home. He's just chilling back at home, waiting for his upgrades. When Stim finishes, then he can start to be active. Until then, he's being very defensive. I would say it'd be ill-advised if herO tries to push into this. Again, we have a very strong defensive setup here. And herO, I mean, if we push in just to trade Zealots, I think that's okay. Still not ideal. herO shades. Dust with the bunker. Dust with the bio. He goes in. He's, oh. And you can see that as soon as the tank is revealed, he backs off. He went in, took a tank shot to the face. herO pulls away. herO just revealed this charge. Now ByuN knows. He knows it was not a blink-based opener. And which means ByuN knows not to push. Ideally, herO wants ByuN to move out and expose himself, so ByuN should be staying at home, turtling up on 2 bases, then getting a 3rd base, and turtling up on 3 bases as well. Once again, the Raven does poke in. Oh, ByuN is not expanding. Okay. ByuN is committing. This is very risky. It is a very risky move out. He has built up a very nice marine count, so he can protect the tank. And herO, he's missing the move out. Uh-oh. Yeah, here he does miss the push. ByuN going across the map. herO is lacking warp ins. ByuN's moving in, again completely unscattered so far, harassing in the main base, distracting. There's a first scan. ByuN he does rush in. Stim is done. Yeah, tank is exposed. Tank is exposed. Sorry, God, it's been in the early morning. It's like, I meant to say Colossus exposed. Colossus will go down. Massive pickup, and with that, we're just snowballing out of control. We're going for the kill. We're going for the win here. Colossus goes down. Robo as well, and there's nothing here. There's nothing to defend. The Zealots, they come in from behind. They do catch out the tank. The Marines, they bust into the mineral line. Again, critical damage is being dealt. No Robo, no Colossus. Again, here he missed the move out completely. He missed it badly. And with that, ByuN has done it. ByuN, he has done it. He has broken the main army. 21 probe kills, and ByuN is looking to take a lead in the series. Oh, is a little bit overstimmed. True, it's a little bit overstimmed, but it's been worth it anyway. Yeah, takes out the Prism as well. GG gets called, and ByuN takes a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, winding it back, herO, I will say that herO wanted ByuN to be active and expose himself, but herO missed the move out. He didn't see. He didn't scout. He had his army in the main attack path at the ramps. He did not have his army on the left-hand side, so he missed the push completely. ByuN got across the map uncontested, unscouted, was able to siege up, and herO didn't realize what was going on until ByuN was already knocking down that front door. Likewise, Colossus had no defenses, had nothing to buffer for the Colossi. Colossi went down real fast and real quick. GG. GG, well played. And with that, ByuN is now 1 game away from claiming the series, and we'll see if we can close it out here now as we load into White Rabbits. This time a much larger map. So Ruby Rock does favor aggression, and hey, we saw aggression out of ByuN. Meanwhile, this map here is larger, longer rush distance by ground instead, and we do often see a lot more mid-game play. We'll get into it. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series. Leading the series 2-1, it is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself, the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Intense month equals great content. True, true. Exclamation mark bunny cam. Ah. The bungees, man. The bungees. One day we'll have bunny cam again. Hello, ByuN, as he's going for the proxy. Yeah, ByuN, he does move out across map with the SCV. We have 1 Rax back at home. It looks like 1 Rax across the map as we're intentionally hiding the SCV here on the right-hand side. I say proxy, based on its location of the ramp, it looks like we want to avoid the main scouting probe and go for the eBay block. What's it going to be? As he does hug the edge. Moving in, he will avoid the probe, and yep, we're coming in for the block. But herO will scout. Yeah, herO, he does scout in time. Nice movement out of herO. He does spot the SCV, and he will deny the block. So here we go. We have 3 probes. 3 probes on low ground. Oh. We still got some decent progression on the eBay, though. Yeah, some decent progression. With that, Zelda's popping out. And this will be cancelled. Again, if this wasn't scouted, the eBay will get up to like, what, 70% done. Then ByuN can delay the expansion and force herO to expand at the at the 3rd location instead. We would have forced the unnatural natural. So this is best case scenario for herO. As the Zelt does move out across the map. Behind this, herO settling in. And ByuN back at home does go for his racks into the high ground CC into factory. So economic opener, but a little bit of a safer variation as he sets up on the high grounds. Meanwhile, welcome to White Rabbits. White Rabbit is a very large map of the map pool, long rush distance by ground. One of the big features of this map, though, is how separated or how spread out so the bases are. Your third base, your fourth base, your fifth base, you're very spread out here on White Rabbit. Because of this, it can be difficult to defend in a longer later game once we're talking about 4 bases. Like, securing a 4-base setup can be more difficult in this map compared to Winter Madness or Celestial Enclave. Or even 10,000 feet, it's true. Zealot does waddle across. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of herO. Does open Twilight Council. This time we're expecting Blink, not charge. As herO does get a full scout, confirming the faster CC. And ideally he wants an SCV kill. He wants a worker kill. Can he get one? Does not retarget in time. Will get a Marine. Ooh, he gets one. He might get 2. Yeah, 1 Marine goes down. Adepse should shuffle. Right now we have the weakened forward. Oh, almost gets a Marine. He gets one more. So that's 2 Marines going down. Decent trades there from herO. And he gets away before the Cyclone arrives. He could have stayed a little bit longer here, but he plays it safe. Plays it safe, backs off. Behind this, we have Blink on the way. So far, 2 gateways, so 2 gate Blink. We'll see if we throw down a 3rd gateway or if herO takes a faster 3rd expansion. Now, because herO knows that he's already ahead economically, it would be a risk to go for a faster 3rd, especially considering that he feels that ByuN is pressured to be active and to be aggressive. So herO does get a safety 3rd gateway. So very safe build here by herO. Makes sense considering the pressure that was applied to ByuN. Go. ByuN is getting set up. Going into interference matrix, building his raven. So faking a cloak, I should say. Wait, did he fake it to anything? No, unfortunately. So basically, he was faking cloak, hoping for a scout. So herO does not go for any hallucination or observer. So herO is not aware. Cheeky move out of ByuN, not quite worth it, or doesn't pay off, I should say. As hero's being active. Behind this, did he throw down extra gateways? He did. Sorry, my apologies. 4-gate Blink. 4-gate Blink Stalker, much more aggressive, much more committed here by herO. He can warp in, he can commit, and does he break any of these positions? There's going to be 1 tank in each base. The bunker is just not finishing, but here he can always dive into the main. Does confirm the Warlock. Does confirm the tank. He's going for the Nash. Blinks in, he gets the tank here. 1 tank goes down, massive pickoff. Now going for the medevac. Medevac falls as well. The Cyclone, massive pickoffs, but the bunker should hold. Yeah, the bunker is barely holding on, but this is the first dominant falling, right? 1 tank has gone down, and we don't have another tank in production. It's just 1 tank left. Oh, yeah, 1 tank remaining. The final tank is going to go down, and no more tank production here. Greedy play by ByuN, going for the earlier add-on swap. With that here, he backs off, he rotates, he goes on the warp in, and now there are 0 tanks. And without tanks and without stim, there's no defense. It's going to be very difficult defense here by ByuN. Here he rotates over. Where we headed? Back into the main. We got to juggle. Yeah, nice juggling so far. Just straight with the Marines. Cashing out the Marauder. So there we go. Marauder goes down. 8 SCV kills. Again, a messy defense here by ByuN, and we just keep going. We just keep on going, keep on pushing. And until Stim finishes, ByuN is going to have a very, very rough defense. So it's a tough hold. He blinks in. He blinks forward. Drops down some Zealots. Marines are overwhelmed. And hero's done it. Here he has control of the main base. GG gets called. And herO ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, hyper aggression by herO going for 4-gate Blink. Meanwhile, ByuN didn't know. ByuN wasn't aware of how committed this was. But not just that, ByuN was also cutting corners and being greedy. It is standard to keep your tech lab on the factory and to make a 3rd tank. Or I say standard, it is a safer way to approach the game. Here, ByuN went for the earlier add-on swap, which means that if he lost a tank, he would not replace it. He would not be able to replace the tanks. And without replacing tanks, there would be no defense against 4-gate Blink. GG, well played. ByuN, he went for the add-on swap. He went off of tank production. There was no reinforcing tanks. There was no defense. And with that, ByuN was broken. And with that, we're getting into the ace match. We're loading into game number 5. Whew, we're getting into the ace match here, and we'll see how this story ends. It's been a very intense game 3 and game 4, not gonna lie. It's been very, very intense. We've yet to, aside from game 2, of course, we've yet to embrace a longer, later game, most likely because of game 2, but we'll see. We'll see how the series does close out here on Winter Madness. This morning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Hello. I saw that rally. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Hello, ByuN. I did notice that the rally, STV does hide here on the right-hand side, going for the proxy. He's going for the proxy, and he's moving up with the second STV. So here we go. It's going to be proxy Durax. Again, it's been a very aggressive game 3, 4, and 5, and this makes sense because game 2 was very, very late game. Like, it was very long. It was a very long game 2. So we can see both players wanting to try to end things earlier as a result of that. One game impacting the other. And there it is. There's that proxy Durax. I believe this should be 2x Reaper. I don't think typically if it's gonna be proxy Marauder, then we would have had a faster second gas geyser, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. I might be crazy. herO is going to be setting up the low ground. Does expand. No, yeah, it is going to be a tech lab. Never mind. Proxy Marauder. Never mind. Now, this can kill. I'm always looking back on 2024. I am Katowice. What was it, 2025? When herO, he lost to Cure in the in the quarterfinals. I'll always remember. As the proxy Marauder is on the way. That was on Golden Aura, if you remember. It was on Golden Aura where herO, he panicked really hard against the proxy Marauder. We threw down the Robo, then he canceled the Robo, threw down a gateway, like he canceled that. Like he had just a very, very, very chaotic defense. Here he does scout one of the proxy locations. We're banking up those Marauders, and we'll soon pull the trigger. Now, herO didn't go for the probe scouts across the map at least, so he's in the dark as what's going on. Safety batteries on the way. Marauders revealed, he knows. Yeah, Marauders revealed. Does cancel, gives on low ground. A very, very mature call here. We just completely abandoned the low ground. If you remember, against Cure, he did commit to defend the low ground, and herO would pay the price for it. So he just abandons, defends the main base. Sentry's ready. He can force field. Ideally, he wants to sidestep this army. Ideally, he'd want to catch a Marauder. And ByuN, he just saw the sentry. He knows. Behind this, ByuN is getting a gas geyser, which means he plans on going for the factory follow-up into Cyclone, I would imagine. Yeah, he's floating. So he's planning the transition. There's that factory. Into Cyclone. Meanwhile, herO going for the Stargate. We'll see how this lines up here. I believe this should be Stargate into Oracle to harass across the map. No, Void Ray. Okay, never mind. Oh, he's supply block. He's supply blocked. No. Yeah, everything's going to be depowered. Massive pickup. Void Ray is heavily delayed due to the supply block. And with killing the pilot, he's still supply blocked, by the way. You have massive supply block on the Stargate. He just wants the Void Ray. Ay. Yeah, insane supply block. Throwing down 2 more pylons. Cybercore is going to go down. And this is giving so much time for the tech lab back at home. Remember, factory into tech lab. What I was going to say initially was that if we could make the Oracle in time to harass across the map before the Cyclone pops out. But, I mean, due to the heavy supply block and due to the Void Ray as well, herO is just stuck at home. Like, he was stuck at home that much longer. He was punished. Cybercore went down. Now he's breaking out, breaking the contain. Cyclones in production. That's the anti-air. And here comes Macville accelerators as well. I believe typically ByuN goes up to 2, maybe 3 cyclones at most. This is not mech. I should emphasize this is not mech. The reason why you need macro accelerators is because all your production's in the air, right? The Rax is burning down. The second Rax is also in the air as well. You have no production for an army. You can't make Marines or Marauders, so you need to bolster your cyclones. Otherwise, you have just such a weaker defense back at home. You need it to build up into the mid game, into the early game even. Just because your production is so limited. herO moves out, he's got his Void Ray. Oracle's on the way as well. And can herO break through? Second Cyclones in production. Does catch one of the Zealots. The Oracle does sit by. Ah, but the Viking area. Vikings in position, zones away the Oracle. Oh, Cyclone overextended. Is that the... That was the Cyclone. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. That was miscontrol out of ByuN. Lost one of the Cyclones. There's one Cyclone left. But there are Vikings. And herO backs off. herO backs off, he expands. It's a very messy early game. And where exactly are we in the economy here? So herO's on 2 bases, he's getting up to 2 base saturation, so is ByuN. I would give the edge to ByuN currently, at least until the 3rd base kicks in, and that is an early 3rd CC out of ByuN. Okay. So ByuN's building up into the mid game. After a very chaotic start, we're calming down, we're stabilizing, getting into the mid game. Calming down, we're settling in. From here comes the breakouts. Catching up the Oracle. Stasis goes off, but again, better that the Oracle did go down for ByuN. And ByuN shouldn't be pushing. Remember, ByuN is expanding. He's getting a 3rd. So he's going to be calming down, defending back at home, expanding, claiming his 3rd expansion. herO going to additional Phoenixes. Interesting. With this herO, he can harass, he can try to contain ByuN and slow the game down. As we go Phoenix Colossus. Okay. It's just been a very shaky early and mid game. Very, very shaky, but we're getting there. It's a very awkward game state. Now the question becomes, does ByuN try to move out with Stim? Does he try to move out as he expands, or does he just turtle up back at home? We are in Winter Madness, and this map it is easier to turtle up on 4 bases. That is true. So if we wanted to, we could try to slow the game down into a long late game once again. At this point, it might be the case, especially due to the Phoenixes, if ByuN recognizes that he cannot actually move out across the map, then he will have to turtle. Because herO is starting to get out of hand here. 4th base is now on the way. herO's economy is ramping up. And if we can't do anything about this, then we have to be hyper defensive. ByuN is set up on the high ground. He does go for the push, okay. Phoenix is a distract. ByuN spots the Zealots. herO pulls away at the same time. herO does hit the mineral line and catching a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SCVs. He's limited, of course, by the energy. 3 SCV kills. Only 3. Does race back home. He has, I want to say, 1, maybe 2 lifts in these Phoenixes. Colossus is on the way. He's got 1 Colossus. He has 1. Can he get on top of the tanks? Oh, tanks, they pull away. They pull away in time. They will siege. Yeah, tanks, they siege up. ByuN pushing forward. herO trying to catch reinforcements. There are none. And there's no pressure here on herO. He can just keep warping in. Tanks are now starting to get within range. Nice catching the observer. Here come the reinforcements. ByuN's coming. ByuN is coming. And here he's got one fight in him. Phoenix is catching out the reinforcements. Okay, limited anti-air. Very limited. Marines, they race back. They catch out one of the Phoenixes. He gets one, he gets two. Massive pickups. Two Phoenixes go down. Here he goes to the dive. He tries to rush in. He gets one tank. And he should barely get the other. Yeah, two tanks go down. He's got his two Colossi. The army's overstimmed. And herO holds. Yeah, here he's barely holding on here. Cleans up the minefield. Cleans up the tanks. And what's scary is that herO, he maintained the economy. Didn't lose a single probe. His economy was left untouched. Didn't lose any workers. Here he is able to retain his Colossus count. And now getting it to 3. Getting it to 3 Colossi. Here is getting out of hand. ByuN's in trouble. ByuN does run his 4 CC on location. Bold move. Very bold. Does herO check? Does he scout? Now here he's waiting for his War Prism, then he can reinforce. 5th base on the way. Here he's taking over the map. And again, if ByuN had decided earlier to just turtle up and get a 4th base, then, I mean, ByuN, he could pull that off. But after losing his Widow Mines and tanks, now ByuN is vulnerable, right? ByuN, he's trying to get a 4th base, but the likelihood of him surviving and defending the 4th base is much lower this time. Assuming that herO scouts. If he sees his 4th, he should he should pressure it, but alas, he's unaware. Now diving the main army, gets some medevac, gets some marauder. Key pickups. herO rotating over. Once again, he is yet to confirm the 4th. Does he check? He may just move in. And may just push forward. Widow Mine goes down. Again, there's no mines or tanks behind this, but there is some nice SimCity. Very nice SimCity here. And the planetary is on the way. It's halfway done. No shot. It was such a big risk, such a big gamble out of ByuN, and it's kind of paying off, assuming he survives this. herO's maxed. herO's maxed out. Disruptors are on the way. Here he's working on that wall. Does get a depot. herO now he scouts. Now he knows. Yeah, now he knows. Now he's aware. DPS being spent on the planetary. Planetary helping, actually. Yeah, it does help out. Here he rotates, he knocks down the base. Yeah, planetary will go down. Nice save. Nice juggling. And again, it was a big risk, a big gamble. In the end, didn't pay off. Did not pay off. ByuN is contained on 3 bases. That's all that matters. ByuN's on 3 bases as opposed to the 5 base economy here of herO with a high yield gas. The high yield gas geyser. Maybe they do pop up. From here, he collapses in. Yeah, collapsing in the army here, and he's just going for the kill, going for the throw. The Colossus are being focused down. There is one disruptor behind this. Shows it over. There he goes up. Up. Ooh, oh god. Massive connection despite the splits. But looks like ByuN is barely going to hold it on here. He lands the Vikings, but at what cost? At the cost of 13 SCVs. 13 SCV kills. He lost so many SCVs in the process. Oh, he even landed. Oh, lifted the natural. A bit of a mistake here. ByuN is panicking. Zealots, they trade against the Zealots. They trade against the Vikings. So many Vikings go down and getting 5, 6, 7 Vikings. Crazy damage. And crazy value here out of herO. Here he just keeps warping in. Just keeps warping in. He just keeps pushing. Here he knows how close he is to breaking ByuN. He's close. He has. At this point, he has broken him. The Nova, ooh, a little bit messy. A little bit messy with the Nova. But GG gets called. GG gets called. herO overwhelms, and herO will claim the series 3-2, becoming the KungFu Cup week number 7 champion. GG. GG, well played. A chaotic back and forth. Once again, the first 2 games were a little more macro oriented, and then game 3, 4, 5, hyper aggression from both players. Did not get into the mid game too much. Here we did, in a sense, stabilize, but here he had momentum, he had map control, he pushed across the map. A lot of this came down to ByuN's push, his tank push, I mean. When he moved across the map with his tanks, he was very committed, very dedicated. The Phoenixes did a great job at delaying, at buying time and delaying the reinforcements, and that gave the opportunity for herO to collapse on the tanks. And the moment those tanks went down, the moment the Widow Mines went down, then ByuN, he lost map control, he had a weaker defense as well. ByuN went for a big risk at going for the 4th expansion and morphing it into the planetary. He almost got away with it, but it got scattered. Got seen, and with that, herO shut it down, and ByuN could not defend, he could not maintain his bases. GG. GG, well played. Whew, just too far behind after losing his initial factory-based army, his initial tanks and mines. Never quite recovered after that. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to herO as he does claim the series. A shout out to ByuN for forcing the ace match and for going the distance here. This could have gone either way, and does in the end go the way of herO. GG, well played. But yeah, again, impressive play here by ByuN. Impressive play. Whew, as we're finally able to wrap up and catch up with the KungFu Cup finals. Now I can start to splice together the VOD and schedule that on YouTube, of course. Otherwise, it's been a really intense day. Like, I was not expecting to wake up to patch notes. We mentioned this earlier, but for those who are unaware, for those who haven't been looking at social media, I was made aware a couple of weeks ago that a patch was in the works, and I was waiting to see how that would unfold. I didn't know what was going to be in it, outside of obviously the change to the high yield gas geysers. I know that that was an important change just to give a little bit more freedom to map makers, essentially, as the high yield gas bases are now a little bit less impactful, a little bit less influential, so now they can be a little bit more they have a little bit more freedom in terms of map making, which is always a good thing. But outside of that, I was pretty certain that certain matchups would be adjusted, and we'll discuss it a little bit more later on. We are planning to have an impromptu podcast later on tonight. That'll be in around 8 hours. In around 8 hours time, we should be live, or really 7 hours time. In around 7 hours, we're going to be live with the podcast to go into further detail in regards to the new PTR that has been announced. Obviously, it's a PTR and it is subject to change, but I look forward to it nonetheless. I look forward to it. I'm tempted to maybe dive into the PTR a little bit and play some games. Obviously, it's less than ideal from Australia. For those who don't know, the public test realm is its own server, its own like side client. And because of that, it doesn't have like the Brazilian server or the European server. I think there's only one, maybe there's 2 servers within the PTR. And I think it's like US West and US Central, I think. Like, I'd have to double check, but there's no like regions in the PTR. It's just one public test realm. So because of that, we're gonna have to play with very high ping if you play on it, which would not be ideal. But there's a lot of changes coming, and I look forward to seeing it for sure. There's definitely a lot to discuss when it comes to the intricacies and details of the proposed changes, and we'll be discussing that in 7 hours time. 7 hours time, podcast. We got you. For those who don't know, we do host a weekly talk show, a weekly podcast even, where we discuss all things StarCraft and all StarCraft news. But we feel like it's worth, you know, discussing it now instead of next week, because we already had this week's podcast. So we'd have to wait an entire week before we can talk about it. Probably worth discussing it now more than anything. So 7 hours time, we got you covered. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Bam, when it comes to the rest of our weekly schedule, we got you covered in terms of StarCraft. As always, as you can see here, the plan was just to have the one cast Friday and have the evening off. So you can see we just finished up the Code for Giants Cup this morning, Friday morning, and we're going to have this evening off. And to be fair, when it comes to the podcast, we're only going to discuss the patch, so it should be a shorter cast and a shorter stream, and we should for the most part have the evening off. Tomorrow and on Sunday, so Saturday, Sunday over the weekend, we have GSL and RSL casts. If you remember, we live cast GSL on Soup, but we are going to have the VOD rebroadcasted on Twitch and YouTube. That is going to be over the weekend. Meanwhile, we have RSL. That's going to be the co-stream. The season finals of this weekend as well. We'll be all over that, all over GSL and RSL this weekend. So a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft as always. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you. Why is there Phil in the chat? Gracias. Less than 3. We appreciate it. Otherwise, we are going to be wrapping up here for the morning, and we'll see you guys this evening in around 7 hours to discuss the patch. Otherwise, we'll see you over the weekend for GSL and RSL. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, bye, ciao, hasta luego.